Hi, this is Happy Bird from happybirdscraftinghaven.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make a cute little chubby snow bunny out of a Dollar Tree sock. Now, I made this one into a little girl bunny, but the one we're doing today will be a little boy bunny. And it's the exact identical process. The only thing different is that I changed the colors to make the boy bunny look a little more boyish, and I didn't add any bling to the top here around the hat on the boy bunny. But other than that, like I said, other than just changing up the colors, it's the exact same process. So I thought she turned out pretty cute. I'm going to set her aside right here for a moment. And just in case you didn't catch my Christmas mouse video out of the Dollar Tree socks that we made, I'm going to show you what you'll need. These are hanging up in the Dollar Tree, and they're kids' athletic socks. You get 2 pairs, so you can make 4 little creatures, and it's in a size 4 to a 6.5. Okay, and they're crew socks, so it looks like this. So we're going to take one of them. I'm going to show you what it looks like. Okay. Now, I did look at the Dollar Tree for toddler socks, and there wasn't all that many left. People have been buying them like crazy. So I ended up going to Walmart, and I picked a package of toddler socks, and I believe the brand was Garanimals. And I counted a total of 14 socks, and they all had really cute patterns and everything else on them. And I thought these would make really adorable hats for the bunnies. And I paid $4.47, I think, for the package, so I felt good about it and brought these home. These were just a few of the colors that they had in the pack. So I'll set those aside, and we'll go ahead and get started. Now, first thing what you're going to do is you're just going to cut this off like this, and you're going to set this aside to use in another project. So we're not going to need that. We're only going to need this part of the sock, okay? And we're going to use white rice to fill it. And so I'm going to start by filling this. I measured the rice, and for me, it took a scant 1 cup, measuring cup, to fill this completely. But it might be different for you. And as in my last video, I would highly suggest you use white rice. Don't use brown rice, because as the sock stretches a little bit, you'll see that brown color underneath, and it'll make the sock appear dingy, and you don't want that. Okay, so it's going to look like this, and I'm going to take a little plastic rubber band. You can get these clear rubber bands at the Dollar Tree, the 99-cent store. Now, when I went to my Dollar Tree, they were completely out, so I ran next door to the grocery store, and they gave me 75 of these for like $2, and I think it was like 86 cents, something like that. And this was the Goody brand, and the first thing I noticed was, wow, the quality. So much better compared to the ones from the Dollar Tree. A lot stronger. So I don't know, I just, I know you only get 75 in here compared to like 500 at the Dollar Tree, but I don't know, I just might continue using these because they're very, very strong. And I'm not saying the other ones won't work. They'll work fine. But eventually, throughout the years, they might eventually break. Okay, so I'm going to be doing this about like that. Alright, so I'm going to cut this part off about here, but I'm going to leave a little bit like that at the top. And then I'm going to take another rubber band, a little clear one, and I'm going to decide about where I want the rubber band. So I think if you hold if you wrap your fingers around the little bunny, you can kind of tell about how much for the head and about how much for the body, so that you want. So then just put this on. I'm going to wrap this around twice. I think that'll do it. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay, and kind of look at the sock and decide which you want as the front, which you want as the back. Kind of adjust things here. Okay, so I think about here. Okay, so now I'm going to come in with my Turbo Tacky Glue, and I'm going to put a generous amount of that on the top here so it won't go anywhere, won't fray, and it also helps to hold on the hat when you put the hat on. Okay, so I took my little toddler sock, and as you can tell, I cut it right here, right in the, just right in the middle of the heel part. Okay, so I'm going to set the toe aside, and the stretchy part, of course, it'll go on like this. And so the heel part like this, I'm just going to put that towards the back part of the snowman. I mean, it'll be cut off and evened off anyway, but that's just the way I like to do things. Okay, so now I'm going to take another rubber band and tie that. Okay. Stretch it out a little and just do this. I'm just going to wrap it around a couple of times. I think that'll be good enough. Make sure everything's okay and on there the way you like it. Alrighty. Now I think I'm going to cut a little bit of it off at the top. Not much, just a little. About like that. Now you can leave it like that and it would be cute, but I'm going to come in and make little slices here with my scissors, so it turns into fringe. There's no right or wrong way to do this. You can do as many as you want or as little as you want, and it does kind of automatically curl. The fabric does when you do this. Okay, so about like that. And of course I did the same thing with a girl bunny's hat. I just used a little pink hat on her. And all the little fuzzies off. Now, you can put any kind of embellishment that you want on the little hat. You can put a little snowflake. You can put little tiny bells, which is what I'm going to be doing today. And I bought these bells from the Dollar Tree. Oh, excuse me, not the Dollar Tree. It was a Family Dollar bargain store that we have near here. So I was very glad about that. Since we have red and gray, or kind of a silver gray, I'm going to use a red and silver button, or bell. Get my words straight. And I'm just going to take some of that upholstery thread that I talked to you about in my Christmas mouse video. And I'm going to string this on. Like so. You know what? Maybe I'll use a green instead. I think I'm going to do that. I changed my mind. I'm going to use green and red. Make it look a little more Christmassy. I just kind of felt it needed that. Okay. That's okay to change your mind, huh? So I'm going to slide this thread into the red bell and then into a green bell. If I can get my hands to do what I want them to do. Okay. And I'm just going to tie this in an overhand knot one time. Just like that. Then I'm going to tie this on the top. And just make a few overhand knots. Okay. I think these turned out really cute. So I was pleased with them. Okay. So I'm going to cut this right here. We have our little bells. Okay, so the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to make the bunny ears, and we're going to glue them to the hat. Now you can make your own oval shapes if you want for the ears, or you can do what I did. I went to a website called timvandeval.com, and I will give you the link for that site down below here in the drop down bar, as well as on my blog. He has different size ovals. I chose to print out the 2-inch tall ovals, and I just traced it on a piece of cardboard, and then I went in and used one of the 2-inch ovals and cut it down a little bit just to make the inside of the ear like that. So when we make our bunny ears, we have white as the background and pink as the inside. Now on the little girl bunny, I added some glitter glue on the inside of the ears, and that's fine, but I don't think I'm going to do that on the boy one. So all I did, like I said, was I made these patterns, and you're going to trace out 2 of the ovals with a mechanical pencil because you can really get in there. So you're going to trace out 2 of those, and then the smaller ones you're going to trace 2 of the light pink. Okay? Alright. And then of course I already did that, so they look like this. I'm going to move my camera down a little bit and set him aside. And the first thing I'm going to do is put a little bit of low temp hot glue around the edges here. And then lay this where I want it, like so. And I'll do the same thing on this one. And you see how the pencil marks, you see those around the edges? I make sure when I'm gluing that those are face down so you can't see any ugly pencil marks. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to do the same thing as we did with the mouse ears. We're going to pinch these. And I think I'm going to start right about almost in the middle, I think, because we need quite a bit of it pinched to make it look like a bunny ear. I'm going to come in here with my low temp glue gun and then pinch these. Close for a few seconds. Don't want to let go of them right away. Okay. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and put some down at the bottom and pinch those shut. Okay, so it should look like this. And you can see from the side what it looks like. Looks like a little petal, doesn't it? Alright, I'm going to do the same thing on this one. So, about halfway. I'm going to pinch this shut. And then I'm going to come back in and glue these like that together too. Pinch those shut. I shouldn't have let go of this so soon, showing you, huh? I might have to go back in a little. I'll just bring it all the way down. There we go. See, now we have two bunny ears. Okay. So now we have to decide where we're going to put those bunny ears to make them look like a bunny. And you don't want the bunny ears down too low or up too high. You want them just about here to where the little pom-pom of the hat, it's kind of sitting in between. So I'm going to put some glue here on the side, and I'm going to put this right here on one side, like that, and then do the same thing with the other one, the other ear. Just like so. I'm going to try to hold it there for a few seconds. I don't want to let go too soon. Okay. So I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, we have our little bunny. Okay. So at this point, you could add some iridescent frosty glitter glue inside the ears to make the bunny look like a frosty little snow bunny, or you can leave it plain. Now I decided to go ahead and put the little glitter in the girl bunny's ears, but I think I'm going to leave that out for the boy bunny. Now the next thing you're going to do is you're going to make a little candy cane. Now I made this candy cane in pink and white for the girl bunny, but I want something that will match the boy bunny. So I'm going to use the chenille pipe cleaners and in white and red. And I just noticed that for some reason I didn't pull the pipe cleaners out ahead of time, so I'm having to do that now, if you're wondering what I'm doing. Okay, so I have a red one and a white one right here. These are super easy to do. Just make sure they're lined up, and just start it by making sure that it's twisted tightly at the top, and just keep twisting it like that. I think the smaller the twist, the cuter the candy cane turns out. Okay, so I'm going to twist about like that much. Then just take your cheapo wire cutters and just cut it like that, and then you're going to grab a pencil or a pen, something that you can use to kind of curve the candy cane around like this. So it'll end up looking like that. Okay? And see, I already had one made right here, but I wanted to show you how to make this. Okay. And then you're going to need, for the little bunny's hands, you're going to need a couple of white pom-poms. And pom-poms are not very easy to try to measure because they're pom-poms. But this is roughly, I would say, about maybe a 14 millimeter. Depends on how much you want to press this. So I would say pick up anything that is in between a 12 might be a little too small. I would say anywhere between 13, 14 millimeters. Okay? And I'm going to place them right about here in the front, and I'm going to space them a little bit apart like that. And it's going to look weird at first, but I promise you it'll end up looking really cute. And I'm putting hot glue on both of them at the same time because I kind of want to put them up here to measure at the same time. So about like here. And I'm going to leave a little space in between. I'm going to go back in and put some more hot glue underneath. And then just press it down like that so that hot glue just kind of spreads out. Like this. Okay, so you want it kind of like that. Because you want to put the candy cane in it about like here, like it's going to be holding a candy cane. Alright. Put a little bit of hot glue here. A little bit of hot glue there. And you have the candy cane on. Alright? Okay. So, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to glue on the bunny's tail. Bunny's tail, the one I used, is about maybe 24 millimeter, but if you put one on that's 22 millimeter, that's fine, or 26 millimeter, that's fine too. And I'm just going to make sure the bunny is sitting for this. I'm going to put quite a bit of hot glue on his tail, and you want to put it right down here at the bottom, just like that, and just kind of press it like so. See, so when he's sitting, you can see his little pom-pom tail. Okay, and then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to make a scarf. Now, I'm going to use red felt, and this felt here is a little bit thicker than the rectangles that you would buy normally, like you know, in the kids section where they have all the pipe cleaners and googly eyes and all that. I bought this off a Bolt a while back, but it was the only red I had in there. So I'm going to go ahead and use this for his scarf, and I'm going to set the little bunny aside for a moment. And I think I'm just going to cut maybe, oh, 1/4 of an inch or so. Just cut a long strip. It absolutely does not have to be perfect. Okay. I'm going to set the felt down. And see, it's just a strip. This is roughly, I mean, I'm sure I'll cut it down a little bit. Roughly 10.5 inches. But like I said, I'll probably cut it down so you don't have to have that exact amount, just a long strip. And right here on the side of the bunny, I'm going to just make one overhand knot. And you're going to pull, but you're going to be careful when you pull, because you don't want to pull so hard that it's going to stretch the felt out and make it look weird. Okay, there we go. That's pretty cute. So I'm probably going to trim this to about here in the front. Maybe leave slightly longer in the back. Yeah. And then I'm going to come in and just the top part, just the very top, put a tiny dot of glue and just kind of glue that part down. And same thing here, just a tiny bit. Okay, and then I'm going to come in with my scissors and make tiny little snips. I'm using my precision scissors to do this. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to put an embellishment, a snowflake embellishment, right here on my bunny. And you don't have to use a brad like I'm using. Dollar Tree has embellishments, little snowflake embellishments that you can put on the scarf in any craft store, especially this time of year. This is just what I have handy. Okay, now I had been just using hot glue and putting the embellishment on like that, and I noticed that with my Christmas mice, some of them held fine, but some of them fell off. So I didn't want that, so I used E6000 on the back for my bunnies. And this sticks to anything. Just allow it to dry. Like so. Okay. So now we have this much of our little bunny done. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make his little white bunny feet. And that is super, super easy. Don't even need a pattern for that. And I'll show you what you're going to do. Okay, I just took a little square of white felt, and I'm just going to cut it down the middle, put it together like that. See, it's not even perfect. And I'm just going to cut out an oval shape like this to where I think they look like bunny feet. And I'll just kind of even up the top like that. So now I'm going to take these apart, and I'm going to put my little bunny on it to see how I like these. Yeah, they look pretty cute. So I'm going to slide them under like that. Just come in with my glue gun. One here. A little bit of glue here. And move them forward. There we go. That was easy enough, wasn't it? I have red pieces from the felt all over now. Okay. So you just let them dry. So these feet are as easy as that. And the next thing you're going to want to add is a little bit of heart bling. Now, I have several different hearts. I have the hearts that I purchased from the Dollar Tree last February. And I love these because they come in 3 different sizes. Or I could use one of these little sugar heart blings like I used on the little girl bunny here. I don't know if you can see it, or candy cane might be in the way. But I think I'm going to go ahead and use a red heart for this little particular bunny. And so I think I might use... I might use a larger one this time. Yeah. I used a smaller one on the Christmas spice, but I think I'm going to go ahead and use this larger one. And I'm sure they'll have these hearts again this year at the Dollar Tree. So if you see them, pick them up, because you can always use them, especially around Christmas. They've had them for the last 2 years in a row at the Dollar Trees, and they were very popular sellers. So, like I said, I'm sure they'll have them again. Okay, and so then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make his face. Now, for his face, you're going to want 2 white pom-poms that are a little smaller than the hands. And these are roughly, I would say, 10 millimeter. These are about 10 millimeter. And if you notice on the little girl bunny, right there, just right above the scarf that we put on, I glued 2 little pom-poms just like that. And that's what we're going to do here. And I'm going to put hot glue on them at the same time, so I can kind of get an idea of where I want it. Okay. Now, if they seem a little low, you can put some hot glue right here and just kind of push it up like I did. See? And hold it. Same with this one. Push it up like that. Just hold it for a few seconds. Yeah. Okay. So you can kind of see exactly where I put it. Right about here. Alright. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put the little bunny whiskers. And I'm going to use the same cord, or hemp cord, that I used for the little Christmas mice. The only difference is I wish I had this hemp cord in white. but I'm going to use brown today. And when I go back to the Michael's store, then I'm going to check to see if they have any more of this in white. I think maybe for a bunny, snow bunny, the whiskers should be that color. I don't know. So I'm going to do the same thing as I did for the mice. I'm going to cut off 4 of these at roughly close to the same length. And don't worry about cutting off too much, because we can always trim it down once it's glued on. And I always end up doing that anyway, so. Just give yourself probably a little more than you'll actually need, so you can trim it up. It's better than being short. Okay, so if you want to, you can use tweezers to pick these up, but I find that it's just as easy doing this with my hand. And I'm going to put 1 whisker here. Whisker here. And then do the other side. Go. And then the last whisker. Okay, so we're kind of putting it behind the pom-poms. Alright, so now I'm going to come in and trim this up just a tiny bit. Just to where I think they look pretty good. I think that looks good. So I'm going to leave it like that. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make his cheeks. I'm just using the LA Colors blush that I found at the Dollar Tree in pink blush. Basically, I just looked for the pinkest blush I could find at the Dollar Tree. Take a Q-tip, swirl it around in there. Don't be afraid to get too much. And you're going to make his cheeks pink. Like that on both sides. There we go. That's cute. Alrighty. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make the bunny's nose and the bunny's eyes. Now on the girl bunny, I used this pink puffy paint, and I gave her black eyes with black puffy paint. On the little boy bunny here, I'm going to give him a black nose and black eyes. I don't think this pink would look that good on this boy bunny. So that's what I'm going to do right now. And you don't want to shake this or you'll be sorry. You might want to practice to see how much pressure you need to apply to the bottle in order to create the right size eyes that you're looking for. Now I'm just going to, what I usually do is I give it one sharp tap like this just to make sure the black paint is at the bottom, but you don't want to shake it. Alright, so I'm going to start with the nose. And with the nose, you're just going to create like an oval shape. like this on the little bunny. It's going to look like that. And if you want to adjust it here or there, I would suggest not doing too much of this, but if you want to adjust it, the nose, you can always take a toothpick just at the top, very gently guide it the direction that you want. And of course, once you do this, the nose and the eyes, you want to lay the bunny flat and allow him to drive. Now we put the tail here, so I don't want it to tip like that, so I'll have to put something to brace his head. So now I'm going to put the eyes on, but I'm going to wipe the tip of the bottle off first. I always like doing that because I just don't want to take any chances of this getting on, you know, the eyes when I'm making them, or on the fabric around the eyes. Okay. One sharp tap. And you're going to make two eyes that are fairly close together. And I go in with my toothpick, and when these dry, these will flatten out a little bit. Okay. All right. Now once they dry, if you're not happy with them, you can always go back in and put a little more on top, but I think this will be fine right here. Okay, like that. So I'm going to allow that to dry just like this. Okay? And let's see. Yeah, that's about it. I had to think for a minute. It's not always easy for me to think. I'm just going to take my rice bag here and lay him like that. And I'm going to kind of push him down so the rice is flat so he doesn't roll, because, and ask me how I know that. I did that with one of my little Christmas mice. He was all fat and round, chubby, just perfect. He was so cute. And I laid him down on something. It wasn't a bag of rice, but I laid him down on something, and he just went, rolled right over. Of course, the face that I was trying to dry looked awful. I mean, it was smeared and all over the place. So that poor little guy, he bit the dust. Okay, so that's about it. And what I'll do is, after his eyes dry and his nose, I'm going to check him out, see if I like him, which I think I will. And then I'm going to post the little chubby snow bunny, the boy one and the girl one, on my blog so you can see how he ended up. I hope you really enjoyed this project. And next week I'll be making a different craft project, but I will tell you ahead of time that if you happen to be in the store and you see the little dollar stretchy gloves, you might want to pick up one pair in white and one pair in a different color. And when I say the white stretchy gloves, I don't mean the chenille ones. I mean just the plain cheap white stretchy gloves. In fact, let me show you a pair over here, just so you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay, just a second, and I'll get a pair over here. I think I have one, yeah, right here. Now I just happened to pick these up at the Target dollar spot, and I'm going to be using this in next week's project. And I also have a white pair too, so they're just the plain old cheap ones. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video, and God bless each and every one of you. Bye-bye.